You got anything yet?
Nothing yet.
I guess this is just the calm before the storm tomorrow. Preds tie the Dallas Stars 2-2. And then everybody's hands go up, way up, as the Nashville Predators defeat the Dallas Stars in a shootout Sunday night in Bridgestone Arena, winning the game 3-2. A game they needed badly in the standings as they look to lock down the final playoff spot in the Central Division race, and they got the job done. Have a win streak, snap a win streak. The very next day, start another win streak. Just about 5 minutes into the first period in this one, John Klingberg pinches down the sideboard and backhands it out front to a familiar Preds killer right now, Rupe Hintz, who backhands it home past Saros. 1-0 Stars. Arvidsson and John Klingberg of the Stars would get into a tussle shortly after that, but fortunately Arvidsson would not get injured because that's the last thing the Preds need with all the bodies they have on the IR, and they need Arvidsson in this one to help generate offense. About 9 minutes left to go in the first period. The puck is in the Stars zone. Luke Kunin is at the sideboard and he gets it back to the bearded wonder, Ryan Ellis, in his second game back. He gets the puck from Kunin and he just wings it in the net. It goes in past Hudobin. 1-1. No offside challenge by Dallas is going to be able to overturn this goal. Just under 7 minutes left to go in the first. Dallas goes after Arvidsson again. This time it's Andrew Cagliano who hits him and starts throwing punches, and Arvidsson has had enough of Dallas's crap and he fights back, and the two tussle with Arvidsson landing on top of him. No other offense in the first, and we're tied at 1. Just over 2 minutes into the second period, the Preds are still just as hungry as they were in the first. Colton Sissons gets the puck in the corner, and while Tanner Jeannot provides a screen in front of Khudobin, Colton Sissons backhands no looks to Yakov Trenin, who whips it in the net. It takes a funny bounce, but it goes in past Hudobin. 2-1 Preds. A little later in the period, Tanner Jeannot, who I just mentioned, got no assist, but helped on that 2-1 Preds goal, has been introducing himself to a mini Dallas Stars player on their roster. And he finally introduces himself to John Klingberg with a beautiful open ice hit and puts John Klingberg on his butt on the ice. Just over a minute left to go in the second period when you thought the Preds might escape the period with a lead. Oleksiak for Dallas makes a beautiful one-person move, goes into the Preds zone, dekes through two Preds defensemen, and the nastiest goal gets it past Saros. 2-2 after 2. Each team getting their fair share of chances in the third period. Then fast forward to just over 5 minutes left to go in regulation, and Roman Josi takes a hooking penalty, and when you really look at it, you can't really argue that the refs couldn't call that. You'd want something like that to be called for the Preds. Josi just can't put the refs in the position to call it. But fortunately, this Preds penalty kill has had such a massive turnaround. They rally for their captain and they kill off that hooking call. That seems to ignite a fire in the Preds as Granlund and then Luke Kunin have great chances to score. And then with 22 seconds left, a solo effort by Roman Josi as he comes out front, but Khudobin for the Stars just gets his pad out and keeps his team in it when they could have gotten 0 points. The remaining 22 seconds ticks away, and this game is off to the fourth period. In overtime, Rocco Grimaldi had a great chance with just under 3 minutes left to go in overtime, but Khudobin stops it and keeps the play going. Both the Preds and the Stars would have one icing each, making both fan bases very nervous, but both teams escaped unscathed, no goals in overtime, and we're off to the shootout. First up, Johansen, and I know what you're thinking. All of us were thinking that the slow Joe move was coming, but Johansen outmaneuvered Khudobin because as he got closer to the net, just as he could tell that Khudobin was bracing himself to stop and keep with Johansen's slow momentum. Johansen snaps it, glove side, past Khudobin, 1-0 Preds in the shootout. And Robertson, the rookie, is stopped by Saros. And then next up, Yossi and then Pavelski hit the post respectively. Calle Jarnkrok takes his time and goes wide on both sides, trying to take his time, but he is stopped by Khudobin. And then Rupe Hintz, the man who scored the first goal, is the Stars' last chance, but he's stopped by Saros. Preds win the shootout 1-0, win the game 3-2. Boy, did the Preds need these 2 points. Chicago had the night off Sunday night, and with them and Dallas breathing down their necks, every win counts. Chicago has 1 game in hand on Nashville and is 4 points back, and Dallas has 3 games in hand on Nashville and is 6 points back, which is a key step because even if Dallas uses up all of those 3 games in hand with wins, Nashville has a tiebreaker right now with ROWs. After the trade deadline, which I know we're all thinking about tomorrow for the Preds will have Tampa in Bridgestone on Tuesday and then 2 games on Thursday and Saturday in Carolina. This week might be the make it or break it week that tells us if this team is going to play into late May and possibly beyond. So that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching. As always, hit like if you liked this video. Hit subscribe if you really liked it. You can find my social media by clicking on a channel name. And with that, let Monday's NHL trade deadline craziness begin.